I'm done trading Forex. And the reason I'm done trading Forex is because of prop firms. I mainly trade with prop firms. I trade with FTMO currently, and a ton of prop firms are just dropping US clients. And I live in the US. So I'm getting out of there, right? So I'm gonna be switching to futures. I've actually already switched to futures, been trading futures for a while now. Um, I've been studying futures for about a year and a half, off and on, but then, but never really dug into it. Never took my first trade until a few weeks ago, and now I finally trade futures, and I'm enjoying it way more than forex. To be honest with you, I had to switch my strategy up a little bit. I had to start day trading, but I'm enjoying it. Now I'm gonna share some things that I've learned about futures for the people that are interested in transferring from forex to futures, and also share some prop firms that I'm trading with on the future side. So first of all, everything moves by ticks, okay, and you can figure out how much a tick is by looking at the right side of the screen over here at the price. You see where I hover my mouse. Every time I move it down one increment, it moves by an increment of 0.25. It goes to 70.75, 0 to 0.25 to 0.50, 0.75, then 0 again, right? Increments by 0.25. That 0.25 is one tick. Okay. Now, how I actually figure that out without doing that, I can go to cmegroup.com, go in the search bar. I'm actually already in, but I'm gonna go to the search bar, type in NQ, NASDAQ futures, contract specs, click that. And then it will take you to the specs. If you're in overview, just click specs here. You can scroll down and you see below where it says outright, it says index points is 0.25, and that 0.25 is worth $5. Every 0.25 is worth $5. Okay, $5 per contract. Oh, $5 per tick. Sorry, $5 per tick. Now, if you come to the top here, you can see that it's $20. That $20 means every point is $20. Okay? Every point is $20. Now, the difference between a tick and a tick is 0.25, a point is to the left of the decimal. So a point is every time it reaches 1. Right? A whole number of 1. So that's $20. So if we go back to the chart and we actually measure this out, hit shift, click, measure this candle here. That candle's 233 ticks and 58 points. 233 ticks and 58 points. So the left side is points, the right side is ticks. Now, how do you calculate that? Okay, very simple. I just use ticks, and the formula is a tick, the number of ticks, times the dollar amount per tick. So dollar tick times the number of contracts that you have. That's it. Just multiply those three numbers. The number of ticks, the dollar amount per tick, which is $5. We just looked at that on cmegroup.com. And then the number of contracts. Contracts are like lot sizes. Lot sizes, you define what the lot size is. You define how many contracts you're going to be putting on. You can put on 5 contracts. You can put on 1 contract. You can put on 10 contracts. You can't put on 1.5 contracts. You can't put on 1.23 contracts, right? You can only put on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and to infinity, right? Now, ticks are like pips, all right, if you want to make the comparison from forex to futures. So we got pips times the dollar amount per pip, and then the number of contracts. So ticks times dollar amount per tick times the number of contracts. Let's do an example. We're going to say we put on 5 contracts. let's first say that we caught this move to the downside. So we keep everything congruent here. Caught this move to the downside. It dropped 630 ticks. So we do 630 times dollar amount per tick, which is $5. We're going to put that dollar sign here. And then multiply that by the number of contracts. Did I say 5 contracts? I did say 5 contracts. So we're going to do 5 contracts. So whip out a calculator. We do 630 times 5 times 5. That equals $15,750. You would have made $15,750 if you got that move to the downside. Now let's see if you only did one contract. It would be 630 times 5 times 1, which is 3,150. Now let's say if you did 10 contracts. 630 times 5 times 10. 31,500. So you see how that works. It's very simple. Just multiply those 3 numbers together and you get it. Now, you don't have to do this math at all, especially if you're trading off a trading view. What I typically do is I go ahead and set my limit. I set my P&L tool, which the P&L tool is over here to the right, the long position, short position. And I make it real simple. I right click, I create limit order, and then I go ahead and type in the number of contracts I want to put on or the risk that I want to risk. So right now I'm risking 0.25%, so I'd risk 2.25. And we can't do that in Q. You can do that on micro NQ though, which this is a perfect time to say micro NQ is just NQ divided by 10. So instead of $5 per tick, it's 50 cents per tick. So this is micro NQ. Micro NQ, same thing. Went ahead and made it the same setup, marked it up the same. And basically what we're doing is we right click this, we hit create limit order, we go ahead type in 0.25 because that's what we're risking, and then it will automatically change that risk to that. So you need 5 contracts in order to risk 0.25%. That'll risk $200 or $232, right? So what if we did 1%? It automatically changes to 21 units. If we want to risk 2%, it automatically changes to 42 units. 42 contracts. Units are contracts, right? And it'll tell you your risk right there based on the stop loss that you have here. Now, if you go ahead and change the stop loss or the take profit, the P&L tool will not change at the same time. So make sure you have your P&L tool set exactly where you want it before you go ahead and click on this. Okay. Now that's basically it. That's probably the biggest question that I had when I was switching over to this. I also found prop firms with futures, and there are multiple futures prop firms. Now, I'm currently going through evaluations with Top Step and Apex Trader Funding, and we'll see if my strategy still works in these markets, and I can get funded in the futures market as well, like I'm funded in the Forex market. So, wish him the best. I wish you guys the best, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.